Yeah, she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom sex, best it gets, spontaneous. Our stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my...
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis show. And going to come to you talking about the Thunder tonight. Of course, we fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. What a great game it was. The Thunder, once again, our coach, he just doesn't get it. He has a plan. He is going to stick to his plan. No matter how many games it costs us, he is going to do what he does. But anyway, the Thunder fall to 11-5. The Timberwolves improved to 13-4, leading the Western Conference. Number one in the Western Conference. And the Thunder, I think, are still number two right now because we have the least losses next to them because the Nuggets have 6 losses. So that being said, the Thunder, it's just the guy, it's just frustrating to say the same stuff over and over. Our biggest issues are the second and fourth quarter. Our biggest issue is offensive rebounds. Those are things that, we gave up an offensive rebound at the end of the game. You're down 3 and you give up an offensive rebound. You got to score, it ends up we end up getting a 3-point shot at the end, but I mean, you're down 3, you got to get the rebound. You can't give them another shot. You just can't. And the Thunder, they're just going to continue to struggle with this guy's coach. He is determined that he is going to develop players. When we go over there and you'll see what, when we do the final minutes, you'll see what he did minutes-wise. It's just how the hell does J-Dub play as many minutes as SGA? How does Chet play as many minutes as SGA? It just makes no sense. Now, he's been gone for 3 games, and then the reason why everything happened before his hip injury, you're now replaying the same crap. I mean, y'all just decided that he's going to play the minutes. He's going to do it no matter what. He is not the dude. He is a good player. He's a very good player. He's not a great player. He's a very good player. And, you're playing Jang again. It's just so frustrating to watch and see what this coach is doing to our team, where we win in spite of him, not because of. I'd like for him to give us reasons to win because of him. I'd like to see that. I don't know if it's going to happen, but right now he's responsible for 3 losses because he just simply does not get it. He doesn't. I mean, SGA had 29. He played 29 minutes going into when he got him in 4 minutes ago. He sat for 3 minutes on the sidelines trying to get in the game. Now, he could have put him in when there was a timeout. Boom, he could have rushed him in when there was a break in the action. He waited till they passed the ball in, then he brings him off the bench. And he sat there for 2.5 minutes. He finally called timeout. And my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB is sitting there texting us in this group text. What? Call timeout. He waited almost 3 minutes. 3 minutes. He puts Chet in. He puts Isaiah Joe in with 8 minutes to go. Whatever. You don't put SJ. I don't understand how 8 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, you make a sub and it's not your best player. Every other coach puts in their best player 8 minutes ago in the fourth quarter, 8 minutes ago in the second quarter. Every other coach but this dude. It's just amazing to me how you don't counter. When the Thunder countered in the third quarter and switched the group that they put in, what did the opposing coach do? Boom! He substituted, brought in players immediately to match us. Our coach does not do that. He sticks with whoever's in the game, no matter what they sub. He does not change the lineups to match what other coaches do. He doesn't do it. He sticks with his plan and what he's going to do. And once again, it costs us another L, and it is what it is. So, anyway, we start today the game out with SGA, Josh, Chet, Dort, and J-Dub's back after his week injury or his week-long injury rehab for his hip, which was a bunch of crap. It's because of what he did, not giving SGA the ball. That's what he did. It was on national TV. Not national TV, but everybody saw it. And so the Thunder put him on timeout, if whatever you want to call it, and he comes back in today. and it's just not the same guy because now you've broken what you set him up to do. You broke that. Instead of just getting him to understand, hey, we want you to be here. You know, it's SGA, then it's going to be you or Chet, then Josh or whatever. But you said, no, it's going to be you, Chet, Josh, and we're going to do something, whatever, with SGA. That's what it looked like. And that's the way he was playing. And then you're coaching and playing him the same amount of minutes. How the hell do you play a guy who's not even an NBA All-Star? The same number of minutes as a first-team All-Star. First-team All-NBA. How do you do that? Because you're a minutes manager, because you don't get it. And you don't put lineups in. I mean, you know when there's a run to be made and you know there's some stops, you know which five you put in there. You do. But the rest of the time, you know, it's a 5-point lead, 10-point lead, whatever. You come out, you couldn't do anything. And it's just like the start of the third quarter. Ant-Man came out and outscored us 10-3 right off the bat. Boom, 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 boom. He was on fire. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards, the Ant-Man. I mean, you know, then you finally wait 7 minutes to sub in the third quarter. I mean, he just loses his games. But
coaching matters.
Coaching matters. So at the end of the first quarter, it's just frustrating. So at the end of the first quarter, the Thunder are rolling, and I'm thinking, okay, we may be able to do something here. What's going to happen? What are we going to do? And the first quarter, the T-Wolves, the Thunder were up 10. I think SG had 14 in the quarter or 12 in the quarter or whatever. I think he had 12. 1 for 7 they were. 25% is what they were shooting from the field. 14 rebounds, 6 pips, 4 turnovers. We were 3 for 8, 54%, 10 rebounds, 10 pips, points in the paint. Only 3 turnovers, and had scored 5 points off the bench. And what I saw at the end of the first quarter, or what I saw in the fourth quarter or the first quarter, is that once again you play Jane. And you played him for 2 minutes, and then he didn't see the floor no more. He is not ready. No matter how good a developmental coach you think you are, he is not ready. Lindy Waters is not ready. They're just not ready. They just need to stay in the G League. Unless it's a game we blowing people out, they shouldn't play. You stuck him in there for 2 minutes and realized this guy, he ain't ready. You pulled him right out, and then we went on a 9-1 run as soon as you pulled him out. 9-1 run as soon as he came off the bench, as soon as you put him back in. I mean, you took him out of the game. 9-1 run to close the quarter. And you put him in, it was 18-15. You pulled him out, it was 20-18. And then we went on a 9-1 run to close out the half. What was your take on the first quarter there, Nathan?
I thought we played pretty well until he decides to go with, like you said, with Jane. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
We gave up 3 first-round draft picks for him. That's what you get. He's going to play him.
I'm just talking about the coach.
Like I said, he's going to play him. He's going to play him. I can develop him. I can make him into a player. He ain't ready, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. And I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you this. And I've told we've been having these conversations for 3-4 months now, and I've been telling after I was a little skeptical at first, and then I started watching when the season starts, and I see what you guys have been talking about, and since that point, all my buddies, everybody that watches the games and keeps up with it, I'm telling you, I'm like, I point the stuff out to them. And everybody's like, oh, you're full of crap. He's second up in the coaching runner-up in Coach of the Year last year. And I'm like, all right, you guys don't want to believe me now. I'm telling you, when the playoffs get here, remember we had this conversation.
No, this is what I tell everybody, just like Randy and I told you. Just pay attention to what we're saying. That's all you're asking. Mm-hmm. This is what you're telling you. Whether you believe it or not, just pay attention. And then either we're going to be right or we're going to be wrong. But we're going to be right, but you go ahead. I don't argue with people. I just say, hey, listen, all I'm asking you to do is watch. That's all I say. All I want you to do is just watch and see what's going on. And then if you don't think what I'm saying is right, then you tell me. I have only had one person tell me that. And the person told me that, I said, you're just full of crap. He said, you're full of crap.
People are telling me, well, you got to give him more than 17 games. I'm like, why? He's had 3 years. I mean, and he's the guy to get us to here.
That's correct.
He's not the guy
To get us to there.
above here.
That's correct. He's not. He's the guy that got us here. He's not the guy to get us there. That's clear. And my thing is this: once again, you're playing SGA 29 minutes. You're playing those 28 minutes for Chet. 28. What are you doing? I don't understand that. I don't.
Why does J-Dub got more minutes? I don't get that.
I don't understand that. How he's not playing more minutes than anybody else. I don't. He is your best player. He's all NBA. But once again, like the guy at the Athletic said, and like I've been saying, he doesn't know how to coach an all-star. And that's a fact.
Here's another thing. We'll get to that. I'm jumping a little ahead, but that last play, the personnel out there. I mean, again, I don't know as much as you do about the technicalities of the game, but it seemed to me like, why do you got J-Dub out there? Why don't you have Wiggins out there? He's 2 for 2 from 3. J-Dub's been shooting like crap. You know, just as a third option or a fourth option or whatever you.
You should have all three-point shooters on the court. All three-point shooters should be on the court. Your best threes.
And J-Dub was not shooting well.
Right.
You need to have Chet. You need to have Isaiah Joe. You need to have SGA, and you need to have Aaron Wiggins.
Or
and
Kaysen.
Have Giddey bring the ball out.
Or Kaysen.
Or Kaysen. Yeah, he was 3 for 3. Yeah,
or
sure.
Kaysen, yes.
But and Matt, you think when you were watching it, did you think he should have hit Joe on that corner shot?
Yes.
On the last play.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, man, you hit him in the corner. But yeah.
Yeah, that last shot Shea took, I didn't get. That was a bad shot on his part.
No.
Rushed it, no question.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on? But anyway,
Hey, what's going on, Drew?
But anyway, that was a bad shot on his part.
Man.
That was a bad shot on his part.
Yeah, it looked like you rushed it.
Yep.
You had
And
time to make a move or pass.
yep, he did. But once again, I'm sure he was shocked they ran the play for him. You know, first of all, with him touching the ball. First of all, I'm sure that was a shock. But to start the second quarter, guys.
We talked about the spread today. We all said it's probably going to fall right on that number. And it fell on 3.
It fell right on 3. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it crazy? Vegas is good, aren't they?
I mean, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah. That's why they call it gambling.
Yep, that's why they call it gambling. But so anyway, to start the second quarter, the Thunder up 29-19. They start with Josh, J-Dub, J-Will, Kaysen, and K-Rich. I like this lineup. Did you not? You guys like that lineup to start the second quarter?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did. I think I commented. There's a lot of scoring potential on the floor right there.
Yeah, and, they held their own. We did pretty good, I thought. But once again, Wiggins is doing what Wiggins does, knocking down shots, playing defense. And it's so funny is on the air they're talking about Chet's long distance pass to J-Dub. It was the defense that the touch away and Aaron Wiggins jumping up in the air and stealing the ball away from the leaning tower, Gobert, and then passing it to Chet, who had the easiest thing to do, look up the court and throw a baseball pass. So NFL, I'm like, okay, you totally missed what all happened for him to do the easiest thing. Catch the ball, look up the floor, throw a baseball pass or football pass down the court. That's the easiest thing that happened. But you didn't give any credit to what all had happened to get us there, which is what you should have did. But once again, that's not the Thunder people. That is not what they do. It's just, I said, wow. I mean, were y'all impressed by that great quarterback throw? I mean, wow.
Oh, my God. Dude, he made another reference to the NFL on something, and I can't remember what it was, but I heard it, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? Come on.
Now, I will say that it was first.
I don't.
Go ahead.
I like to listen to him now just for humor. I used to not listen to him, but now they're pretty funny. If
They're just, they are, Drew. It's just like, what are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about? Okay, but guys, anyway, so it's 44-37, and they put in Isaiah Joe instead of SGA. I'm like, in the second quarter.
The Thunder don't step on people's throat very well.
They don't because Drew, he doesn't understand, like you have said, I've said, and we ad nauseum. He doesn't get lineups. He doesn't understand lineups. He doesn't understand the flow of the game. He doesn't. He is stuck to what he wants to do. And that is, he has his time management. And what did you say, Drew, earlier today on the Unpopular Hour, that he has a book? Was that you that just said that? That he has a book? Who said that? That he has a book of how he wants to. He comes down before the game and says, here it is. What did you say, Drew?
I said, how NFL teams, they script the first 15 plays,
Yes.
no matter what. He's doing that basically with the whole game.
The whole game, yes. That was it. He scripts the whole game. This is who I'm going to put in and when and where. It's unbelievable. I mean, to me, how do you put anybody in the game in the second and fourth quarter, which are our worst quarters that we struggle to win, and you don't put your best player in the game? You put in the bench player before you put in your best player. I'm like, what are you? I don't understand that rationality. I really don't. I just don't get it. But anyway, I just don't understand. But anyway, at halftime, my frustration was at another level. That's all I can tell you. But at halftime, my frustration was like at another level. I'm just like, dude, I don't get it.
Is it just going to be all?
10, 12 points at the half, too, easily. Because Minnesota throwing the last 3 minutes of the half.
Yeah. Well, they were 1 for 7 in threes. They were 1 for 7 in the first quarter. They ended 8 for 17. So they were 7 for 10 in the third quarter. In the second quarter, they were 25% from the field in the first quarter, 39.5 for halftime. 7 for 10.
Is it going to be?
Go ahead, Nathan.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, is it going to be something all year where, and I just don't know this, but is it going to be something all year where the announcers just don't even acknowledge the booing of Josh Giddey? I mean, are they going to even ever acknowledge that?
Drew, you go ahead. Drew? Nathan, I don't Mike, in Oklahoma City, he's not going to get booed. And
no.
On the road, they just do that simply to get in his head. So you just that's all that is.
I think it works. Man.
Josh.
He didn't play that way, man.
Well, the halftime stats. Let's see. Here's the Thunder. This is the box score at halftime, guys. Chet played 18 minutes. He was 3 for 9, 2 for 5, for 9 points. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists at half. J-Dub had, in 18 minutes, was 2 for 6, 0 for 1, with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 8 points. SGA had 17 minutes, so he played less time than they did. He was 8 for 10, with 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 2 turnovers for 20 points. So in 17 minutes, he was 8 for 10 with 20 points. and he's somebody else is playing more than him. I don't understand. It's just unbelievable. You know, the only reason why it's almost like they're trying to hold him back, but they're not, because the problem with the Thunder is, as I've always said, they don't get the number one asset is SGA. They think the number one asset is Chet. They're pushing Chet. That's what they're doing. And it's just frustrating to me. So, Josh Giddey, I don't know, Nathan, 4 for 5, 9 points at half.
Yeah, I just saw him sitting in the corner a lot, man.
Well, but he was 4 for 5. 4 for 5.
Even when Jalen Williams was on the floor, I mean, he wasn't taking any initiative to take the point or any of that
Jay
stuff.
Will, he has no desire. He's just out there trying to all he is a person to pass the ball, sets the screens, and rebound, and keep people out the paint. It's 5 minutes.
I'm with you, Nathan. I didn't think Giddey was aggressive at all. I mean, he took a couple of nice little moves, but other than that, he doesn't look like the same player to me that he was.
Yeah, Drew. Right, but he played 14 minutes, Drew. That's it in the first half.
That's not winning basketball for them.
No, 14 minutes. Cason Wallace played 10. Cason Wallace played 10 minutes. He was 2 for 2. Joe played 11 minutes, and he was just, 0 for 2 from 3. He missed shots that he normally has been making. He's been missing. If he makes those shots, it's a different. Aaron Wiggins had 4 points, and Jane once again 2 minutes, 0 for 1, 1 rebound. Why is he even playing? Why is he even playing, guys? I don't really understand it. Can y'all help me out? Why is he even playing?
Well, we talked about this earlier today. He's playing because the people up the stairs traded 3 guys to get him. That's why he's playing. They're telling him he's playing. I think. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's.
It damn sure ain't anything he's doing on the floor.
No, it's really not.
He's not on the floor long enough to make a difference, other than bad plays.
I mean, you're really not giving him a chance. You're playing him 2 minutes a game or whatever. I mean, he barely even gets the sweat going.
Well, he's been playing 8 to 9 minutes. But the bottom line is, you put him out there and you realize he's a liability immediately. They attack him immediately. As soon as he's on the floor, they attack him. I mean, they do. And he's, but it's just hard. It's just hard, guys. It really is. But anyway, let me go back to this. I need to look at something. Go ahead. We played.
The only positive thing that I really saw tonight. Well, I mean they didn't play horrible tonight, but it's just because they didn't have the right players on the floor. But one of the positive things that I did see tonight, at least that I saw, it looks like Chet and SGA are really getting in a good rhythm.
Yeah.
And I did like the fact that Chet knocked down that three at the end because he's starting to show. Now it's just a small sample size, but he's starting to show that he can shoot in crunch minutes.
Yeah. Well, that was a great play because SGA.
He got a lot more confidence in the last 10 games.
Yeah, it's like drive, draw, dish. The 3 Ds. You drive the ball and you dish. Drive, draw, dish. And he pulled Gobert right off because everybody thought he was going to score real quick. And he pulled Gobert right off of Chet. Boom, back to him, wide open 3. Great play design. But once again, you put it into your best player's plan to make a play for the other best player. Put the hands in Batman's hands to make a play to Robin. But, at the end of the game, I don't know.
There's no doubt that Chet's number 2.
No doubt now.
I mean, I don't have any doubt in my mind.
No doubt. No doubt. And he earned every bit of it. But, my thing is this. Chet has really realized quickly, hey, SGA is the man. When they're so good, they're not even thinking about me no more. They're not paying no attention to me. I can just do what I do.
Yep.
That's exactly the way it is. And you know that, Drew, and that's the thing with the difference between Chet and Wembanyama. Wembanyama is the man. Chet is the Robin.
Much better system and opportunity for him to succeed than Wembanyama.
Can you imagine if Wembanyama was playing with us?
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? No pressure. He can just roll and just play and do what Chet does. Yeah, it's crazy. But I got to give Chet his props. He said he was going to be a 50-40-90, and everybody laughed at him, and he's 50-40-90 right now.
Yep. I mean, he's got good skills on the offensive end.
Yes, as long as he's not trying to go behind his back and do all that fancy dribbling in traffic, he's fine. Dude, just take him off the bounce, And
he could end up being a perfect pick and pop guy.
Yep.
He could be like Duncan was with Ginobili and Parker.
Parker, yep.
He just hit that little foul line jumper 10 times a game.
But I'm going to tell you this, Gobert got into his head a little bit tonight. Blocked his shot a couple times, forced him into doing some things, but that was a nice dunk that he had, though.
Yep.
When he went baseline, a nice pass from, I think, Wiggins. Gave him a nice bounce pass. Yeah, that was a nice play. And Wiggins played a lot more than he.
Towns is a tough matchup, too, for him. I mean, but Towns is so awkward.
Yeah.
He gets so many bullshit calls.
Dude, he is the biggest baby. Oh, my God. Quit crying. Oh, my God, he cries.
Zero step where he takes like 4 steps and falls down and he looks for a call every time. And I'm just like, dude, you're not getting fouled.
Yeah, but you're right, Drew, about Ant-Man. He went down hard, bro. That hit, that hurts.
He's going to be down for a few games.
Yeah, that hurts. You and I, we both had that before. That hurts, bro. Ooh, they put that long needle in there. Filled it.
I feel like they let one get away tonight. I think they should have beat him with him going down like that. I really thought they'd push
Yeah, but Drew, once again, 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you let SGA sit for 2.5, 3 minutes.
He hit 2 threes, a layup, and then he had the 2 free throws there at the end.
Yeah.
That guy scored 10 points off the bench. That hurt.
That hurt, but I'm saying, Drew, it's 7 minutes to go. Why aren't you got SGA in the game? You wait. There was a break in the action. You could have put him in right there. You waited till the ball came in, and then you waited 2.5, almost 3 minutes to call timeout.
Yeah.
I just
Fourth quarter. He's got 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. He has to.
I was blowing you guys up during that too. I'm like, call a timeout, my
yes,
God.
and he did. He did.
Yeah, it was like 4.5 minutes, or was it 5.5?
He said he came off the bench at 8 minutes to go, and he got in the game at 5 minutes. He sat for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah, I really thought OKC would push the pace once Ant-Man went down. I thought they would keep pushing. They just kind of got lulled to sleep and kind of played Minnesota's game.
Well, what happened was Minnesota
back-to-back game and just led right into it.
Yep, they got physical with the Thunder. The Thunder could not get anything going, SGA could not get anything going because they were cutting him off and running people at him, kicking the ball, getting the ball out of his hands. And then normally, though, Isaiah Joe had been knocking down shots. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't tonight. So normally when they double team this,
jumpers at twos that he normally doesn't shoot, but he wasn't making a three from the corner.
no, and that hurt because normally, when you double team SGA like that, he's hitting Joe for that, and that's why they lead the NBA in 37.5 points as far as the duo, 37.5 points. They lead the NBA in scoring. Yep. That's why, because they double team him, he looks straight for him. And he does. And I've noticed this. SGA throw, he gets at least one turnover a game trying to give Chet the ball.
Yep. Well, I see how Minnesota's the top-ranked defense in the league, too.
Yeah.
They're physical.
They're physical. And they just –
some big boys. They're long.
And you know what, Drew? We stopped going to the paint. We stopped getting fouls, stopped shooting free throws. And they started shooting free throws. Mm-hmm. And it killed us. It just absolutely killed us.
I'm the only one that hates watching Kyle Anderson play.
Dude, he is –
watching that guy play.
That shot,
he is just one of the happiest looking players, man. Oh my God!
That's why he's so successful. It's just ugly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
It's just ugly.
It's funny how that stupid free throw shot he has. It faked out one of his own guys, and they got a lane violation.
No, the lane violation was on him.
Was that on him?
Yeah, he crossed the line. Yeah, he crossed the line. Yeah. And the one thing you've been taught, that's the whole thing you've been taught since you were little. You can't cross the free throw line until the ball hits the rim. I mean, you've been taught that since you were 10 years old. You can't cross the line until the ball hits the rim. If you're shooting a free throw. I mean, I don't know how you – he thought the ball was going to be short. That's why he did that. I mean, but as ugly as that shot is, I just don't get it. It was just ugly. It was ugly. It really was. But I will say this. The Thunder having 7 points in the first 5 minutes, 7 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. That killed them start the third quarter, guys. I don't know what the problem was. It killed us.
Well, I think I said that on our thread. They came out
flat.
They looked flat the first 6 minutes of the third quarter.
Yep, and the Ant-Man was just going off. And he waited until 5. He waited 7 minutes before he subbed.
Yep.
Why are you waiting so long? Clearly that lineup is not clicking. Let's move these guys out. Now I don't know about putting 4 guys in like he did. Because he put 4 guys in. I'm like, God dang, 4 guys? I mean, now of course he put in Isaiah Joe, J. Will, Kaysen, and K. Rich. But God dang, 4? Now maybe 2? Maybe put J. Will and Isaiah Joe in and let J. Will and Chet play together against Ant-Man and William and Towns? Maybe? Excuse me.
Roy Williams line change.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. Whoa, dude, whoa. What did they call it? What did it be? Line change. It was a serious line change. I was like, God dang, man. But here we go. To start the fourth quarter, end of the third quarter, the Thunder now, remember the T-Wolves were 1 for 7 to start after the first quarter. They are now 11 for 24.
Yeah, they were on fire.
11 for 24.
They were on fire.
So they were 10 for 17 at that point since the first quarter.
Unknown guys making shots.
Yep. And they started at 25%. They started 25%. Now they're at 40. The Thunder now down to 41%. Okay. And so when you're looking at it, you're just like, wow. But anyway, we had a 2-point lead, but that third quarter like you said, Drew, the start of the third quarter just killed us. Yep. It just absolutely did. And, we just never recovered. So
you knew you were going to get pushed from Minnesota.
Of course.
You knew they were going to come out physical and aggressive, and they just didn't match their intensity, I didn't think. They looked flat.
Yeah, they really did. They did not match the intensity. That's a great way to put it. And then when you start the fourth quarter, you got J-Dub, Josh, Kaysen, Wiggins, and K-Rich to start the fourth quarter. And I wasn't totally upset with that thing, but my thing is this. You start J-Dub and Josh every quarter. You used to start Chet every quarter. Why don't you try starting somebody else? Not both of those. Start one of them, J-Dub or Josh, and maybe go with Isaiah Joe. And try this one time. How about going Kaysen Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Josh or J-Dub, whichever one, doesn't matter. Wiggins, and Chet or J Will. You know what I'm saying? So you go Kaysen, Isaiah Joe, J Will, K Rich, and Wiggins.
Yeah. You know, we talked about this the other night with it was the last team we played with Philadelphia.
Sixers.
You know, so Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid on the floor all the time.
All the time. One of them was on the floor all the time.
Yeah, so why don't you, when SGA's not on the floor, why isn't Chet on the floor all the time? You know, just try it. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. I mean, you're not going to do any worse than you're doing right now. I mean, his rotation is just.
His rotation is, I don't get it. I don't really understand it. But, you know, here we go. We're down. It's so funny. So with 10 minutes to go, you have J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, J Will, Wiggins, and Josh. So you're going with that lineup. Then, of course,
and they can't score.
They can't score.
My God, they couldn't score.
No, they couldn't. They rolled.
And J Will finally took a shot. It's like, dude, what do you shoot the dang ball, man? Why are you waiting? You're open. Shoot. Quit passing. It's almost like he's in there to pass the ball and set screens and rebound. You know what I mean? And play some defense. I mean, what happened? You're shooting 40% last year. Now you don't even try to shoot? I mean, Drew, can you help me? Can you help me, Drew? Drew, can you help me out?
To shoot this game, and I hadn't seen that out of him for the first, I know he's been out a few games, but I hadn't seen that hesitation for him to shoot. So something's going on, I think, there. And maybe, but what we've been talking about is that Chet has kind of taken over that number 2 spot, and he may be struggling with that.
You talking about J-Dub?
Here.
Well, I think to me, what J-Dub struggles tonight was simply because I don't think he knows. Like, he knows he got in trouble for what he did. I mean, clearly, he did not have a hip injury. I mean, let's just call that straight up. There was nothing wrong with him, other than him brushing SJ off. And I saw where SJ was trying to give him a little 5, and they're trying to work it out. But Drew, you and I both been in the locker room, dude. If I'm better than you, and you try to come and you disrespect me, we're gonna have an issue. We're gonna have an issue. Yeah, we're gonna be teammates, and yeah, we're gonna work. But no, you ain't you gonna disrespect me? Yeah, that ain't.
It's really kind of crazy that the dynamic this team has right now.
Yeah.
I mean, with a lot of young attitudes and athletes, and kind of just finding their way. I kind of still holding out hope that hopefully they fill out, kind of figure out their rotations and roles. And
but he Drew.
But there's an awful lot of attitudes on that team.
Well, Drew, the problem is you don't have a coach who says, this is your response, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing. He doesn't do that. He's trying to develop players. He doesn't know how to handle guys, and when it's developed, you got to put people in their place.
Yeah.
And you got to. And it's SGA is 1. Now, clearly, Chet is number 2. J-W number 3, but he plays him the same number of minutes at SGA, which is the problem that you ran into in the first place. You're putting him on the same level as him. So he's still going to have the same attitude that you put him on the same level. That's exactly what you're doing. And you can't do that unless you're planning on keeping him and saying you're going to be the man and let SGA go, which is what I think they're trying to do with this coach. That's deep down inside, they can say what the hell they want to. But I think clearly by your actions, you are trying to diminish SGA and bring up J-Dub because you think J-Dub is your guy. You brought him up and you're going to make him into this great player. And he is a very good player. He is not a great player.
Chet on the offensive end will quell that notion.
Well, but Chet has been doing what? Since SGA and Chet had that issue, like we talked about in the very first few games. Chet came over to him. Remember after he had 43 and he heard Dagnott say what he said, and Chet came off the stage and the first thing he said was, how does it feel to be unguardable? To SGA. So he's like, forget what the coach is saying. I don't care what they talked about. You the man, I'm following you. Whatever you got, whatever you doing, I got you. I'm with you, man. You the dude, I'm just here. You the man, let's go. I'm going with you. Forget what this guy over here is saying. I'm going with what you're doing. And he and SGA been tight ever since.
I hope that the Thunder organization is smart enough to keep
I don't think it is, man. I don't. To me, you what he's doing, they're completely okay with what he's playing. The minutes he's playing, he's okay with that. Sam Presti and the organization are clearly okay with the minutes. Clearly.
Yeah.
There's no way that this guy would not be doing what he's doing without their blessing. There's no way.
I just feel like they're letting some know that, man, down at the end of the year when you're fighting for a playoff spot and you're looking at a 4 or 5 seed home court advantage, these games that they're letting go
Matter.
Playing time in the fourth quarter going to come back to haunt them.
50-50 games, Drew. At the beginning of the thing, I said, I'm hoping he can win us 5 or 6 games. That he can win games. And I don't see that happening. He's already cost us 3 games.
He's won this year.
He's cost us 3 games. Hadn't won any. We've won in spite of him. He hadn't won any games for us this year.
The 50-50 game, I don't think he's won one.
He hasn't won a 50-50 game.
I say 4, Matt. I say 4.
Well, I'm just saying a 50.
4 games already.
Was one.
Well, the Golden State game is kind of hard because SGA wouldn't play.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Okay, so that one.
Pelicans.
The Nuggets.
Did have 55 whatever that night.
Yeah. You got the Pelicans. You had the Nuggets at home, and you got to be able to play better than that at home. Okay, you got to play better than that at home. But it's irrelevant. You're at home. They got beat by the Timberwolves at home. They can be had at home on your home floor, and it didn't get done. Okay, the Pelicans is number 2, the Kings is number 3, today is number 4, and the Sixers is 5. And the Sixers is 5.
What about the other? Yeah.
The Sixers is 5. And if you discount the Nuggets, that's 4.
Lakers will be a 50 game.
Yep, Lakers is another 50-50 game. And the whole thing is that he doesn't understand 50. He doesn't understand these games where it's in the air, but you got to go win those games. You got to at least go 6 out of 10 of those games.
8 teams battling for 6 spots.
That's right.
And yep.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah, we're out of the. We were doing so well as far as standings goes. We're 1 game out of the 8th spot right now.
Sure.
So all these games.
I'm not saying that OKC's not going to be there. They may be, but
No, wait. The Thunder only have 5 losses, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
6 now.
Were they 11 and 6?
Yeah, we're 11 and 6. So we're tied with Denver.
You're going to have injuries. You're going to have people miss time. I just think it's going to be really close between the 3 seed and the 8 seed by the end of the year.
Yep.
And there's going to these games, and they're going to have to win some of these games that are toss-ups.
Right now, you've lost to the Pelicans, and you've lost to the Kings, and you've lost to the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
You're in a deficit all 3 of those
you're
games.
In a four-way tie in the loss column for. I'm sorry, 5-way tie in the loss column for second. So you're 1 game up.
Going to have that bunched up through the whole year.
Right. And but I'm saying is these tiebreakers. So what you're saying right now we're what? We're 7th.
We're actually 5th, but we're in a 5-way tie for second.
Right. But we're 5th because who are the ones in front of us? The Nuggets and
so Denver 12 and 6, Dallas 11 and 6, Phoenix 11 and 6, and then OKC's 11 and 6, and Sacramento's 9 and 6.
Okay, and and the whole thing is this: we got to play Dallas Saturday in Dallas. That's another 50-50. And then the Lakers right there Thursday, and then you got the match. So you could go from a 6-game winning streak to a 4-game losing streak.
Yep. And then after that, you got who?
Well, let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up here so everybody can know. You've got the Lakers, the Mavs, and the Jazz.
You want to win 2 out of 3, but you better win 1.
Yeah, right now we are 6. Right now we're 5-2 in our 10 games, and we have the Lakers, Mavs, and Jazz left. And what'd you say we're gonna be 5-5?
I said 5. The Commander said 8-2.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're saying 5-5. I think I said 6-4 at worst, 7-3. I think is what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 6-4 is probably a good mark for us. 5-5 is probably a little bit low, but after that, Matt, you got Kings,
Well,
Nuggets,
now,
Grizzlies,
I know,
Clippers, Lakers, Timberwolves,
but Nathan,
Nets.
we'll get there when people can see it. They can't see that, so you saying that doesn't matter. Let's wait till they put the 10
I
games
know.
up here so people can see it. You got to wait till he comes back
I'm a
around.
banker. I'm a banker,
I
man. I
understand
look
that, but
ahead. I
people
look
can't
ahead.
see the numbers. You're just telling them the numbers. You have at least at the bank, you give them a piece of paper that has the numbers on there. So, but the next 3 games is what matters. We have the Lake.
Let's
We
be
have
honest. 99 out of 100 bank customers don't even read that thing, though.
agreed. Anyway, the Lakers. What do you think, Drew? What is your early prediction? The Lakers
Well,
Thursday night.
I mean, if everybody plays and they get Cam Reddish back in the lineup, I mean, there's a lot of ifs with the Lakers right now. They're missing some guys, but if they come in, 90% healthy, it's going to be a toss-up game, right? I guess bet the line will be 2.5 or 3.
Yeah.
It'll be a toss-up game.
So you're taking the Lakers.
And I think the Lakers could win just because there's no matchup for LeBron. LeBron will just absolutely murder if he plays. We got nobody to cover him.
Nope. Ben. I mean
Anthony
Nathan.
Davis, same way.
Well,
I say
we don't
Anthony
know. We
Davis
don't. We
the
don't
same
know
way. I mean,
which.
you gotta-
We don't know if we're
Yeah,
getting it. But the Lakers.
Anthony Davis.
The Lakers' problem with
The
Anthony
Lakers
Davis.
is a bad matchup. It's just a bad matchup.
I know, but the problem with the Lakers is with Anthony Davis, you don't know if you're getting the $1 million man or the dollar man. You don't know which one you're gonna get. You really don't.
Yeah, that's true.
You really don't. You don't know which.
And disappeared during the middle of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know which one you're gonna get. The Mavs Saturday night in Dallas.
Tough game to win. But they usually play the Mavs tough. And they
Usually
down
play
the
them
floor.
better in Dallas than in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
So I just don't know what's going to happen with that. I know we got to win, but my guess is the Lakers game, we should win that game if he plays the right people, but if he doesn't, we won't. If he plays the right people in the Mavs game, which I don't think he will, we're going to lose, and we should beat the Jazz. And I hate Utah. So.
Depends which Lakers team shows up.
Yeah.
You just never know. Which, to me, I think the Thunder will be favored by a couple points.
So what are you taking these last 3 games, Drew? 2-1, 1-2, 0-3, 3-3.
No, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think they go 2-1. I think they lose to the Lakers and they beat the Mavs and the Jazz.
Nathan.
I'm going to go out on a bigger limb. I'm going to say 3-0. I'm going to say that they're gonna beat the Lakers because I just don't like the Lakers. They're going to beat.
You want
the
me to cut him off,
Lakers,
Drew? Drew, you want me to cut him off? You want me to cut him off, Drew?
We'll have him on Thursday night.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I haven't liked the Lakers since they got rid of my favorite player, Shaquille O'Neal, and I know why they did it. I just at the time just didn't care. But I never. Let me finish before you cut me off, Matt. Okay. I never liked Kobe, but I respected the fact that he was an all-time player. So I respected him as a basketball player. I just didn't like him.
Why didn't you like him?
Anyway. Well, because he ran my favorite player out of town. That's what I'm saying. Like I was a huge Shaq fan. I was a huge Shaq.
Okay. So let me get this straight. So you run an organization, and you're going to keep an aging guy who won't stay in shape, who's interested in doing rap videos and making movies, who's aging. No. Let me finish. Who's aging, or do you want a young upcoming star who's going to have possibility of taking you to another level and trade him and get another big man who will actually play hard and be a Robin to his Batman? Which would you do?
No, I think they made the right decision, but you got to realize, Matt, in 2000, was that 2000 when they traded him? 2001?
Well,
like that?
2002, I think, because they won it in 99, 2000, 2001.
But they traded Shaq.
Yeah, so I was.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, I was
7.
18. I was 18 then, 18, 19, and I was just more of a fan then. So.
Well, you're not much different now with the Thunder. You're still a fan.
Yeah, but I'm more
Ooh, he let that
realistic
go.
now.
He let that go. He didn't say anything, Drew. He let that go.
I'm gonna let it go. It's okay because everybody knows I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan, but I'm more realistic than I used to be.
Yes, agreed. Hey, Drew, you know what he told Randy and I? He said that we have not made him like, now that he understands and sees it better, he doesn't like basketball as much.
Because he sees
Because he sees all the ugly sides of it now, and he doesn't like it as much. I'm like, wait, what? You should like it even more that you understand more. And he's like, oh, I don't like it. Y'all made me not like it as much. Wait, what?
and it really
Well,
Nathan being a numbers guy, he really like now he should really dive into the numbers side of it.
You would think, huh?
oh God, dude.
What happened?
Yeah.
Guy like we talk about.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
One of my biggest takeaways is I think, and it's not going to be, it's going to be despite the coach, but Josh Giddey needs to get more aggressive, man. And you've been saying that for a long time, but he needs to play. He needs to play more aggressive. And J-Dub being number 3, I don't know if that's good for us or not, to be honest. It might be better if Giddey turns out to be number 3 and J-Dub be number 4.
Well,
I don't know.
Dagnall wants J-Dub to be number 2, if not number 1.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what he wants.
For sure.
So
my opinion on that is, at the first of the year when we were all talking about preseason basketball, I mean, Matt, you and I think even Nathan thought that Giddey had a chance to be third team All-Pro this year.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And now, if he told me that now, I'd be like, yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah, now he's not even finishing the games for his own team.
No, but the whole thing is,
he's on the bench the last 5 minutes.
but the whole problem is at the end of games when the score is tight, if you're losing the game, Josh can't be on the floor. If you're winning the game, if you're down 1 or the score is tied, then Josh for sure is on the floor because he's a facilitator. But if you're down, you can't have him on the floor if you're losing. Yeah, he's a liability. He can't do it. So I get that. But anyway, the Thunder ended up losing 106-103, dropping to 11-6. The T-Wolves are 13-4. The T-Wolves ended up being 14 for 33 from 3. The Thunder were 11 for 30 from 3. We ended up shooting 41%. They ended up shooting 42%. So they went from 25% in the first quarter to 42.3% for the game. So what did that mean? They'd have to shoot to raise that up that high. 60-something percent, 70% to get it up from 25 to 42 for those 3 quarters. I mean, so that tells you there's no perimeter defense whatsoever. That's what that tells you. 20 turnovers to 10. The Thunder, of course, leading the NBA in that. And then the T-Wolves outscoring our bench 43 to 37.
Thunder leads the NBA in turnovers?
Yeah, the Thunder.
Did you see points off turnovers now? Did you see the points off turnovers? What were the points off turnovers?
OKC leads the NBA in turnovers.
Hold on a second. No. In the assist turnovers, it's the stat, not the good stat, not the bad stat. The good stat, not the bad stat. The good stat as far as turning teams over. As far as team, here we go. Our defensive rating, Drew. Points allowed were number 1 at 101.8. Field goal percentage 40.4. Steals plus blocks were leading number 1. Steals and blocks, and turnovers 14.5 forced were number 1, and our overall defensive rating at 101.3 we're number 1 in the NBA.
I want to make sure I got this right, and I might sound like an idiot going over the stat here, but I just want to make sure I'm right on this. Okay, so it says the Thunder had 10 turnovers, and they had 12 points off turnovers. Does that mean that Minnesota got 12 points off our turnovers, or does that mean we got 12 points off their turnovers?
We got points off their turnovers.
Points off their turnovers.
Okay. So points off turnovers differential. We had 10 turnovers, the Timberwolves had 20. The points off turnovers, we had 12, Timberwolves had 21.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that was a Thunder had some bad turnovers.
Bad turnovers. And plus, what the deal is they're making threes in the transition in the turnovers, and we were not making ours. I mean, Isaiah Joe missed, 2 in a row? From one from each corner on one possession?
Yep.
So, yeah, it was a deal. So the final stats were Chet 34 minutes, 6 for 20 for 18 points, 3 for 8 from 3. Huge 3 at the end, though. So he had been 2 for 7 at that point. Huge 3 at the end. J-Dub 34 minutes, 2 for 10, 0 for 3 for 10 points. SGA 34 minutes, 13 for 22. 0 for 1, 6 for 6 from free throw line for 32. His
He
11th
only
30,
shot one.
Yeah,
his 11th 30-point game of the year. How many games have we played?
yeah, he's
You said-
17.
Yep. So he
You
scored
said he only
30.
shot one.
Say what now?
You said SGA only shot one free throw?
No, he was 6 for 6. He was 0 for 1 from 3.
1 for
0 for 1 from 3.
Yeah.
That was the last prayer.
That was the last prayer. Yeah, that's only his 3-point shot he took.
He
And
started
then
8 for 9 on that. So
Yeah.
that means he went, what, 5 for 14 to finish or something
yes,
like that?
something like that. Yes. He was 7 for 10, I believe, at halftime. Let me see.
I thought he was 8 for 9 at one point.
7. Well, I'm talking about at halftime. He was 8 for 10, and he finished 13 for 22. So he went 3 for 12 the second
Yeah.
half.
Ooh, yeah, can't do that. Can't do that.
Excuse me, 5 for wait, no, it was 8 for 10. Wait, he was 8 for 10, so he went 5 for 12 second half.
5 for 12. Okay, well, that's not awful.
5 for 12.
That's not him. You know?
Yep, it's not Drew. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying back to my point earlier is that, he went, what did you say, 3 for 12 in the second half?
No, he was 5 for 12.
5 for 12. 5 for 12.
I think that just goes back to, again, that I think Minnesota came out and just out-physicaled Oklahoma City in the
Yes,
second half.
they forced the ball out of SGA's hands, which most teams have done. The difference is Josh Giddey, 28 minutes, guys, 4 for 8, 0 for 1. But it doesn't seem like he had 10 points. You know what I'm saying? He was 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
2 minutes of the game.
Yep, yeah, agreed. And then Lou Dort, 25 minutes.
That's what Nathan said when he was getting booed. He was like, I don't think he's affecting him any.
Yeah, just clearly not. But anyway, Lou Dort, 25 minutes, 1 for 5, 1 for 2.
Non-existent tonight.
Yeah.
Jay Will
He's
and
got to be involved
Yep.
on the offensive end. I know that it pains me to say that, but I mean he's got to start hitting some shots for this team to do well.
Josh.
Especially when he's in the lineup
Yep.
without SGA.
Hey, Josh. And gay guys, Josh, 1 assist tonight.
Ooh, that's not good.
1 assist. Jay Will, Drew.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, Jay Will, 11 minutes, 1 for 6. 1 for 3 for 3 points. Jang, well, we talked about Jang already. He didn't play after that first 2 minutes. Kendricks Williams, 15 minutes, 1 for 3, 0 for 2, 2 rebounds, 4 fouls. Isaiah Joe,
He didn't play well either.
yeah, Isaiah Joe just killed us. 3 for 5, 3 for 7, 1 for 5 from 3. 1 for 5, just killed us. Because he had wide open looks tonight, didn't he not? Wide open looks. And then you got Aaron Wiggins 2 for 2 and Casey Wallace 3 for 3 for shooting. So it's kind of bad. It was a bad thing. So it wasn't good. But let's go ahead and think.
Wiggins played about 12 straight minutes there between the third and fourth quarter, didn't he?
Yep, he did. He only played 11 minutes though. He only played 11 minutes.
I love that.
Yep.
Oh, you played 16.
16, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate those guys for keeping us up and running and fixing us and still working on the fact of how to get these people to be able to call in. If you have any needs for computer software or website design, they can do that for you. Contact my guy Russell Willifort over at Collaborative or Brandon. He can do it either one. SRB for engineering, surveying, or planning. Holler at my guy Mark Long now that he's back in town from Iowa. Watching his boys, hanging out with his son. They're in Iowa. Of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank.
That makes things happen.
Well, he's just slow, Drew. He's just slow, Drew. He really is. He's slow. He's
My
slow.
God. Okay. All right.
Whatever. Anyway, he's equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses to do our live streams on there on site. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank there at 401M and see our boy Lathan, or the Horn Man, or is Kent ever there?
Oh, it depends on where Randy is.
That's true. They're together a lot. See if they went to lunch or not. And then, of course, our boy Carson Wright. YNB East, which is off the Parkway in 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road, YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40. You can't miss it when you exit off I-40 off the east exit. It's right there to your right in front of the hospital. YMB Peoples, my guy Big Eddie. Go see my boy Big Eddie over there at YMB Peoples on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur.
That's fast.
And of course, DT Construction and Consulting. And I got Drew Hinthorn. You come to them for any of your needs, whether it's remodeling, whether it's if you need some roofing done, if you need painting done, whatever, or if you need estimates that you're looking to flip a house, they can go in and give you estimates on how much you would charge to do that for you. You can call them at 405-209-4051, or hey, you can email Drew at dtconstruction2015 at Outlook. Respectful, local, and loyal. That means after Drew finishes a job, if there's some sort of issue, call him, and he does answer the phone. You know why? Because he lives local, so that's how you get that done. Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency. Located at 4609 Southeast 29th in Dale City, Oklahoma. You can call them 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays, 9 to 1, and closed Saturdays and Sundays. Proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. And guys, I had to take off one of our sponsors today, Drew, or one of the locations. They're not sponsored, but one of the locations. Ned's closed. Ned Starlight closed officially today. So.
What's crazy is they were open today and they're closed tomorrow. I mean, there's no goodbye to Ned's festival. It's gone.
Yeah, it was gone. Yeah, they had to close up shop today.
Yeah, that's a bad deal. I'm gonna miss that place.
Yeah, that brunch and just going in there. Yeah, man, it's. But you know, Drew, I knew they were in trouble when we stopped being able to come in there at lunch to do the show. Yeah, that kind of gave me.
Almost
That
like
was a red
they got
flag.
over their skis with. I don't know. I think maybe they could have changed how they did stuff and just maybe became more of a nightclub than a restaurant. But that's probably not the route they wanted to go.
No, it they ended up having a karaoke and doing the stuff, and they were pretty packed. When Steve was there on Wednesday nights, they were pretty packed. But then the weekend things, they were trying to do that. So I mean, it ended up being okay. But I just think that it just did not work out for them. So I'm going to miss them.
But let's be honest, that area of town's not what it used to be.
No, it's not. But the problem is now restaurants.
It used to be was from about Penn over to Grand and then back down to the Wilshire.
Yeah,
It used to be right up down those roads and find 4 or 5 nice little spots to go into, and it's really just not much there anymore.
No, and the problem, Drew, now is that there's so many restaurants, and Nathan, you know this. There's so many restaurants that they're failing left and right simply because there's just too many. Everybody wants us to do a restaurant. Well, it's fine, but there's so many people, and the problem is now, Ned's is more of the Nichols Hills crowd. They all go to La Baguette. They all go there. They all go to the Ranch. They all go to Michael's Grill. But all those places are struggling. So.
Well, another thing, Matt, on that line that I really I love the younger generation, but it just seems like the younger generation is more veering towards, we need to go to a name we know like McDonald's or Burger King, or, a franchise versus the local spots, which I just completely disagree with.
Well, it's like, Drew, I don't know if you've been to the new spot, what's his name, that whatever the place is on Memorial, like everybody's going to. And I'm like, why the hell would I want to go there? If I'm going to spend $150 on dinner, why the hell would I go there? I'm going to go to Michael's Grill. I'm going to go to the Ranch. I'm going to go down to Mahogany. Why the hell am I going to drive way out there to go to this guy's spot? When I know if I can go to here, where I'm going to get, I know it's going to be delicious. I'm going to go there because of his name? Yeah, no, you go ahead and have that.
Also, the Edmond is starting to have a lot more restaurants.
Yes, and people staying local.
Where the Edmond crowd was going into North Oklahoma City, now they're staying in Edmond.
Yep, or just going straight to no farther than Memorial.
Yep.
So,
Right.
Yep, it's just a bad thing.
Sucks. I hate to see him go because that was one of my spots.
Yep, and if you've never been there for brunch, oh my God, it was delicious, man. You missed a great spot to do their thing. So, but anyway, what's your final take on the Thunder tonight, Nathan?
Oh man, like I said earlier, nothing really good except for, I guess they played okay. I mean, they didn't play great, but Minnesota's just got a good defense, and they, like Drew said, they put it on us as far as physicality, and we couldn't match it. I did like the fact, I think I talked about this earlier, the fact that Chet and SGA seem like they're gelling pretty well, and the fact that Chet seems like he can knock down the shot at the end if we needed to. So.
Drew. Hey, Drew. Other than the fact you thought the over was going to be good at halftime, other than that,
They come out and just stuck the defense on us.
yeah,
But I got the push with Oklahoma City, so I felt pretty good about that.
yeah. But what was your take?
My takeaway was I think they let one go. I think that when Ant-Man went down, I really thought they pushed the pace and make Minnesota keep up with them, and they just didn't do it. So I thought they let one get away.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Thunder, once again, in 50-50 games, they're now 0 for 3 in 50-50 games, and that's going to be continue the thing because I don't think this guy knows how to – I know he does not at this point understand lineups. He does not understand the flow of the game. He does not understand it. He just doesn't. And it's clear. And I said it last year when we started doing the show before that the one thing that, my friend's nickname is 2 minutes too long, and he's a minutes manager. That's what they called him. Two different guys called him that, and that's exactly what he is. He manages his minutes, and he's 2 minutes too long to make a decision. There's no way in hell you let your best player sit on the sidelines for 3 minutes. You wait 3 minutes to call a timeout that you know you got to call. I don't understand that. And then on top of that, I don't understand how you can put in somebody other than your best player when they put in one of their best players. And you put in Dort or you put in Isaiah Joe. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. So you'd rather have Isaiah Joe, who doesn't play as good a defense as SGA. The game is tight. There's 7 minutes to go, and you don't put him in? You wait?
No. And Dort scoring, whatever you said, 1 point tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be an 8 to 10 point guy.
He's got to be 8 to 10. But you know what? The whole problem is he's getting locked out because I just think that there's some stuff going on in the locker room. This is what I think. And
I do too. I agree with you.
And I think that the coach, is still perpetuating this by playing SGA less, him and J-Dub the same amount of time. There's no way in hell you can play these guys the same amount of time. There's no reasoning that you can come up with that makes any kind of sense to anybody who knows anything about basketball to make it sense.
Do you think, Matt, that there's a tug of war going on between who the players think should be playing all the time and who the coach thinks?
Oh, no question. But I believe the players are on SGA's side more than J-Dub.
Sure.
Okay, because Chet has clearly, Chet clearly picked SGA. When he saw what was going on, he made a concerted effort like, look, I'm behind this dude right here. Okay? I'm with him. And
Chet's a good basketball player. He knows who the good basketball player is.
He knows. Yeah, Drew.
Here's the thing, guys. If they mess around with this, and Chet sees what's going on, and they see SGA does leave, I mean, that might piss him off, and eventually he might leave too. I mean,
the whole thing is this. Like I said, to me, they're making it tougher on SGA to do what he did. Just like in the overtime of the Warriors game, he just said the hell with it and took 6 straight shots and made 5 out of 6 and said, I'm shooting every time and that's it. Stop me. That's what he did. He got the ball and he came down. He was going to score and he did. And he ended the game because that's who he is. But instead of the coach playing into that, and every time he gets asked about SGA scoring 40 or whatever, he deflects. Oh, our team. The hell with our team. He is the team, and then everybody else is a support staff.
Well, and I kind of hark back to what you always say, and I agree with it too. I mean, basketball is one of the few, maybe the only sport really that in the locker room who you're not better than.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Who's supposed to be playing and who's not supposed to be playing.
Yeah,
And yeah.
And I'm sorry, them putting Jang and Lindy Waters on the court, there's no players he could put them in front of that they go in front of that think he's better than them. Not one.
No.
Okay, not even the players they're playing with think he's better than who he's coming against. And you can't fool the players. Now, I do understand Sam Presti's deal. I do understand the ownership's deal. You gave up 3 first-round picks for this guy. I understand. But he is not the deal.
They're going to be sure that he's not the answer before they trade him.
That's exactly what it is. But you know what? You waited on Baisley. We knew that in, 5 games with Baisley? And you kept him. Poku, we knew that wasn't going to happen. And you kept him around. He's still around. I mean, come on, guys. It is what it is. You listen. The whole thing is, you already know you're not going to make it. Just cut your losses and let's move on and do something. Go in a different direction. Cut your losses.
They got a big stretch of games coming here. The next 5-6 games are big.
Yeah. Well, these next 3, you got to go 2-1 minimum. in the next 3 games. You got to go 2-1 minimum. If you go 1-3 or 0-3 or you're in trouble. You just are. You got to go 2 out of the next 3. You just got to. Then we'll talk about the next 10 games to make, Mr. Statistician over there, Nathan happy. We'll have the 10 games up there. Then he can go through his little soliloquy about what, blah, blah, blah is. So he can do all that.
I'll be going through the next 10 games after that. So.
Oh, my God. See, there we go. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. By the way, Nathan, do you understand the in-season tournament thing?
I don't.
I mean,
Kinda, not
well,
really.
no. What I'm saying is the games that are played in Vegas. How do those games count during the season?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because they were like, well, they're going to count. They don't add to the season. Well, then, okay, did you not have this? So, how do you know who was going to make it and who didn't? Did you not account for those games? If they make it, they play this. If they don't, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Are you saying that whoever plays each other?
Who plays the finals has one extra game.
Well, I understand that. I'm talking about the other guys who are playing during the season. Those games are counting towards their 82. But how are those on the schedule? Because they're in Vegas. And how did you know who you were going to be playing who?
Yeah, I have no idea. I need to look into it more.
Well, it has to be that they just count. I mean, they can't because they're not on the schedule.
But they count towards the 82. So then what are you going to do with the other 82?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to take 2 games schedule if the Lakers and the Sixers make it to the finals in the tournament.
Right.
Then they're going to take 2 less games at the end of the year.
What they're saying is all the games go towards the 82. It's the last game only. The championship game adds another game, but the other ones count. But I'm like, well, okay, if you've already set the schedule, how the hell you knew who was going to play who?
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it either.
And if you didn't know who, then how do you? Where do those games come from? How do you take those away from home games or away games, or how does that work? Because I'm pretty sure there's 41 home games the Thunder have. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Thunder, they're not going anyway, so they're set with where they're at. So I need to look into that more because being asked that question today, I'm like, man, I don't really know. So we got to find that out.
Sounds like a good homework project for Nathan.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, yeah, that's it. He's analytical. Yeah, Nathan, figure that out. Let us know tomorrow.
You wanna go ahead and see because I'm already researching it right now.
Okay, God.
That
was quick, Drew.
So the semifinals and the finals will be played in Las Vegas.
Yes.
On December 7th or Saturday 9th.
Yeah, 14. At least one extra game.
There's going to be one extra game, and that's the championship game. But the point is, those teams playing each other. How do those games count in the 82?
Yeah. It's almost like if you make the semifinals and the finals, it's almost a detriment to you because those are going to be 2 games you could probably lose.
Right, or one of the 2. Yeah. I mean, I just don't know how those games, and we need to figure that out. How do those games count towards the schedule?
Yeah.
Because if your schedule, what I'm saying is, if your schedule is already set at 41 games, who you're going to play, then how do they know who's going to play who's going to make it, who wasn't, and how do those games, if they were, I mean, is that a away game or is that a home game?
I was of the impression that the play-in to the tournament counted, but once you got to Vegas, those didn't count.
But they have to because it says the only game that doesn't count towards the 82 is the championship game. So that team will play 83.
Yeah, that sounds like a great job for Nathan.
Have you figured it out yet, Nathan, since you got it pulled up?
No, I'm working on it. I need to get our compliance officer working on it.
Okay, there we go. And then I'll be in early Thursday, Nathan, so that we can sit down and go over and start building your graphics on your laptop.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure Saturday night I'm not going to do a show.
In any shape,
Well, I'm going to be with our boy Rolando Blackman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You going to that little football game they're having down south?
No, I'm going to the basketball game. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. I thought you might be going to that little
No, I'm
football
not.
game.
I don't do football, man. I ain't that
No, at
interested in
least after
football.
the game, Matt, you could probably catch a little nap about 3:30 to about 4:30.
I figured that I'm gonna watch the game on TV and then go to
Is
the.
there a game in Dallas this week?
That's you.
Yeah, the Thunder play the Mavs Saturday night.
No, I know, but you're not going
No, I
to
was
go
talking
to
about. Yeah, so I couldn't remember if they were playing that championship game down there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the championship game is in Arlington at 11 a.m. But Drew, Rolando Blackman, who played for Kansas State, he and I went at each other, and he played for the Knicks and the Mavericks. Well, he works for the Mavs, and he got me 2 tickets, and we're gonna hang
the
out.
director of player
Oh,
personnel.
oh man.
Yeah, so he gave me the
That's
2
awesome.
tickets.
Director of player
That's awesome.
personnel for them?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not doing no shows for Saturday night. I'll be hanging out with my boy. So that ain't happening.
No, you're good. No, I was just talking about the football game. I couldn't remember.
I
if there was
don't.
a football game down there
This
this
is
weekend or
the Thunder. This is called After the Storm. The OKC Thunder post game show.
Really?
That's what this is
Hold on,
called. This is
hold
not
on.
called the
You
Oklahoma
say-
State football
you say
show.
that.
This is not called the Oklahoma State football
Okie
show.
State beats Texas. If Okie State beats Texas, Matt is going to be in rare form at the Dallas game.
I'm gonna be in
Friday
ref.
night or
Hey, Drew.
Saturday night after the game, on After the Storm, the very first words out of Matt's mouth were after.
I
the storm
just
were,
told you.
Congratulations
Drew,
to the Bucks.
hey. I just told you I'm not going on the air after. Did I not just say that, Drew? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I said that.
Last Saturday. No, last Saturday is what I'm talking about. You
Oh,
said the
okay.
very first words on the After the Storm was congratulations to the Pokes.
Oh, I did that on purpose just to irritate you. That's all I did. That was on.
It's after the storm, man.
Hey,
We
I
don't
was
talk
just.
about football.
And
It's
then
after
did
the
we talk about football after that? No, we did
We
not.
did a little bit.
No, we did not. So I just did that to irritate you because you red people were upset. So that's it. Anyway, anything else you guys? Anything else you want to say?
Racist. That was racist.
Well, that's what he is, a red person. He's one of them red people. Drew, the problem is you're that different color red, and he's that crimson or whatever color, and you're bright
That's not
red
even
or whatever.
That's like burnt. That's almost like burnt brown.
Whatever it is, that's what he is, and you that red, because of whatever, y'all know exactly what, like I'm orange, okay? So let's go on and just go on and throw that out there. I'm orange, so we already know that. I'm an orange person. So don't even try to go that to the racial thing, but
The
that's it.
brightest orange in the world.
Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about before I cut you two off, because y'all on my last nerves, both of you damn ass. Anything else?
I was going to tell you, I had the Dallas Mavericks -5 tonight, and the game was over, and they were up by 4, and they put a half a second back on the clock, and Luka Doncic got fouled, and they
No.
hit 2 free throws, and
And they covered? Oh, you serious?
yeah. Yeah, they put half of the refs went over. The game was over. It was 119-115, and Doncic had the ball on the out of bounds. And the guy slapped him on his arm, and they called the foul with half a second left and put him back on the line.
Why would they foul him?
Why would you even call it? It didn't even matter.
Well, you liked it. They must have had the over, and
I
they
love
must have had the over too. They must have.
What's funny is they reviewed it, and it'll be on Bad Beats at the end of the week. You watch, because they reviewed it, put half a second back on the clock, let him shoot 2 free throws, and then they covered.
Wow. Wow.
Was Donaghy repping or?
No, it wouldn't. But that's
How
funny.
crazy is that with him and Chris Paul?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's dude. I'm saying Fisher. That dude is
Yeah.
dude. He should not ref any more of Chris Paul's games. Did you see that stat? Was he
Doing that
2?
right there? He shouldn't be reffing anyway.
Well, what is he 2-15? Chris Paul in games he refs. He's 2-15 with.
He averages like 3 points a game.
Yeah, and what is it? He's like, they were favored in like 12 of them or 14 of them or something stupid that they have not won because of that guy. And it's like, I'm sorry, referees are human too. Like Jim Bain and he did not like me. And I fouled out of the games he called, I fouled out of 4 games that he called of mine. Mm-hmm. One of those deals. Because you're going to pick up 2 to 3 fouls just as normal.
Yep.
And then he would give you 2. I'm like, really? He just elbowed me in the mouth and I'm bleeding and you call me a foul.
It's like old Valentine whenever he would ref the Oklahoma State game.
Yep. Never win those games. It is what it is. It happens. So, all right, fellas. Y'all be good. See y'all Thursday.
Good night. Peace.
All right, peace out. That's my guy Drew Henthorne, High State Carry. Drew Henthorne of Husker Drew Picks. And my guy Nathan Taylor of YMB. You know what, Drew? I cut you. I should have cut you off before I even said anything like I did yesterday. I cut you off.
That makes things happen.
These two, I just don't know why I put up with them. I really don't. But you know what? Sometimes I don't have to. Just like now, I just cut them off.